We are doing this new series with my boy Zay59. Say hi.
Howdy.
Alrighty, so welcome to our very first interview in our series called Bars and Blueprints. We are here today with Acculbed, who has produced for Slim Gucci, Suicide Boys, Bumboy, 870 Glizzy, and so much more. So, what's your name and tell us more about yourself?
I'm Acculbed. My legal name is Luca, and I'm a producer. I produced for Suicide Boys. I've been producing since 2021. I was 12 years old, and yeah, that's it.
12 years old is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, right?
That
Like
is
the
crazy.
first time I tried to make this was in 2019. I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. So, but I only took it seriously only when I became 12.
Okay. Okay, Zay, you start off.
All right. So, you kind of answered the question. What age did you figure out your passion for music?
Okay, so as I said, I first started producing in 2019, but I only took it seriously in 2021. But I kind of like I started being having a good time producer when when I got my first sale, you know. That's when I started really taking it seriously, and I started really writing, with family games.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like your music starts feeling more like a job and less like a passion?
I mean, I think I'm in between both, because as soon as I started making beats, I never really took it as a hobby, I always wanted to write more and get more recognition, get more space in the funk scene, and become a really good producer, So there are days that I'm not feeling it, I don't want to make beats, but I have to, So I think that's when the job feeling comes in, It's kind of annoying sometimes, but I think that's the consequence of uh, dealing with your job,
Yeah.
Are you scared that you're going to end up burning out, like even before you're 20?
I mean, I don't know if I if I had already burned out, but I feel like burning out. Of course, it's really bad. It's not healthy. But like, I think that's a consequence of being successful. I think that's a good way to think, and it's a good mindset. Maybe because uh, if you have a burnout, that means you really work hard for something. So yeah, I think I probably will. I wish I don't. I don't have that. It might be really bad, but as the way I'm working, as the routine I'm taking, like making crazy amount of beats every day, constantly thinking about it, living this whole producer life 24/7. It's uh, like I'm sure I'm gonna get that burnout sometime, But yeah, I hope not.
How many songs have you produced? Like
What?
like how many songs have you produced in your entire life as being a producer?
They are like, I really don't know because like there's a playlist. Let me see my Spotify playlist right now because I have all kind of producer like stupid. Let me see. I have 206 music, 6 songs. My first placement on Spotify was, let me tell you, was in April, 2022 April. Was a really long time ago.
So you were, what, 13 around then, you said?
Yeah, no, actually I was 12. I was 12. I was the one in 8th grade.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like,
Dream of making it to, well, of course you would have dreamed, but did you ever expect to make it to where you're at now? Like, did you ever expect to be working with artists like Slim Gucci, Suicide Boys, big names?
This this is really insane because like I always dream of you being where I am, but like I never thought I would be this far. I would have taken this far, because when you make any other niche uh, niche genre or anything like that, you don't expect to be that far. It's really insane. I remember when I started listening to sad boys back in 2021. I was 12. I used to hear like to Heaven to Have Not, which that was the track that which produced it, and like I was mind blown because he was 13, and I started took it I took it seriously making beats at the same age as we were, you know. So that's really impressive. Life like life is so crazy that one day you can be bumping someone else's music and but the other day you are working with them. It's insane. It's insane.
So being 17 in like an industry, full of people who've been doing it for like ever, all the names that everybody already knows. How does it feel being so young in such a age-rolled kind of area?
It's really cool because like I feel like there are a big amount of young producers and young artists. Um, but like the average age of people that I work with are like I would say 18 to 25 maximum. Uh, the last time a producer find out that I'm 17 was like last week. Aesthetic Bloom, my homie, he find out about that because I posted that on my story, and it was like, yo, are you 17? And like, he was 25, bro. That's insane. And yeah, that's a really cool thing. And I think people are very surprised to see that.
Oh,
I think that's a really cool thing.
Do you think you get taken advantage of for your age? Like, maybe not taken advantage of, but do you think people look at your age and think, oh, he doesn't know, or they undermine and think that you're not going to like do very well? They don't think that you're there yet. They don't think that you have the experience. How do you feel about stuff like that? And is it a very common thing that you come up against?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if people had taken advantage of me because of that. Uh, of course, there were people like seeing my beats off YouTube, people backstabbing me, like dropping songs produced by me and don't even let me know about that. They don't have a list and stuff like that. But I don't think that's because of my age. I think that happened with every other producer. But like, I think it's the totally opposite. I think people, because of my young age, people have more appreciation with me. They respect me more. That means like, oh, a young dude can make like really good music and put out really good songs, produce really good songs, and do something cool for the future. I think what makes people respect you more is if you got good content and if you put out good music, like you have a really good catalog, for the future. So I think that's my point.
okay. So, what producers shaped your sound the most before anyone knew your name?
Well, let me speak for right now. I would say Space Ghost Bird, and Jay Dilla. What else? Roland Jones, Studier. I even have a cassette tape from Roland Jones in the studio. I'm a big fan.
Hell yes.
And DJ Smoke, I copied his video is coming out. His Evil Ways video. And for that era, when I started, I would say, even though it's not from funk, but like they really helped me as a producer because I used to watch a big amount of YouTube videos and stuff like that. I would say Joji from his early Chloe Burbank and 8-ton bass era, that lo-fi type of silence, type of sound, that was really fire. And what else? It's a Brazilian producer as well. Meow, he makes like he got remixes of famous things and stuff like that. He was a YouTuber and became a producer. What else? I would say Spring himself, but Wire he's a crazy producer. He he has a really long ride in this game, his music scene. Pretty Dread as well. He's still to this day. And yeah, I think that's it.
What inspired you to use 90s styles beats on 2009 Reggie Bush?
Well, I think so. I started in funk back in 2022 because I wanted to put out tracks on Spotify, funk beats and stuff like that, on SoundCloud and stuff like that. So I knew the sample like ages ago. It's a really crazy sample that I always wanted to make something on it. I did it, like I found this sample like ages ago on a drum kit. I made a beat on it, but like I didn't have no one to send it. So I kept this idea and I left it in the vault. So but like the main reason why I sampled it is because I love music rap. It's my I'm a really enthusiastic. I love collecting new music rap tracks and stuff like that, and mainly because of Instagram. Like I got into funk because of Spring, because of Suicide Boys, and I got into mixed rap because of them. Because they still sample mixed rap vocals. They make beats inspired by them. So also I used to like download a lot of Suicide Boys funk drum kits, and there were a lot of Memphis tracks, Memphis vocals. So that's why I get into them. So I knew this sample like a really long time ago. So I was just waiting for a bigger opportunity, to use it for the right meaning, for the right way.
And then tell us more about your production on hyper normalization.
I don't even remember how I found this thing, that functional kind of carrying thing, and I was inspired by Sempra. I don't know if you guys probably know. But
Yeah.
Sempra. What else? Scream used to make like scary beats, with scary movie tempos and stuff like that. So I was inspired by that too.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of how it seems like you're bringing a lot of kind of like the older sound back to Suicide Boys. You're bringing more of that horror-core feel back into it, and I think it's going in a great direction. I have a question. Do you build your beats around vocals that you kind of like sum up in your head, kind of ideas, or do you just let the artist build around your beat?
Like I think I would say I let the artist build over the beat, because like there are people that usually make a beat and get a vocal on it, like simple vocals, like trap vocals or Suicide Boys vocals, just to see and fit. But like, I think it's better to just make a beat without thinking about that and let it for the artist. And for the artist, let's leave space for it. Make simple beats. I think that's the magic. Art, like for all the placements I done, or mostly of them, artists only took the simple beat. It's, I think that's the magic, that's the catchy, you know. Artists prefer catchy sounding beats. So I think that's a really cool thing to have in mind when you make beats. So yeah, I just let them think and vibe to it and let them do their sub.
Do you think if like you woke up tomorrow, got on FL, ready to make a beat, and all your plugins were gone, do you think that you would still be able to make a good beat?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I would say something great. Like I most of my plugins are created. I don't I still use parametric EQ too, pretty reverb, even though it's really bad. And I think it's the time has arrived to change to actual producer plugins, like real producer plugins, because these are really like native plugins. you could find anywhere any better plugins anywhere, but I think only the different plugins I have are for mastering. I think I would have to think a little bit to master it, to the mastering process. That's harder to do with native plugins. But yeah,
Are there any like weird, obscure little audio clips that you sampled that people would never tie back? Things that like nobody would ever assume be in a beat that you use frequently?
I have stapled like really random stuff. I think I got that from Freddy Dredd, the Speed was Bird, that like used to sample like really random. Like Freddy Dredd already sampled the Freddy Present Freddy's Inferno, his album. It sampled like a machine of a paper machine or something like that. It was really fun.
Like a fax machine sound?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's a really cool way to sample stuff. Space Whisper used to sample train sound effects, and he put that as an ambient sound effect. What else? Space Whisper also sample like really uh obscure shit like Freddy did. And I think I got that from them. It's a really cool way to work with samples. Like you can sample something that is really random. You can make it go crazy. This it.
5 years from now, do you see yourself still underground, fully mainstream, or somewhere in the middle?
Well, I would like to be mainstream, of course, because that's where recognition comes from. But like, I think it's kind of hard. So to be mainstream, doing what I do, the real funk sound, the real OG funk shit from SoundCloud and stuff like that, because that's where I came from. But like, I I think if I got a Suicide Boys production, I think I can go anywhere now. It's insane. Like I have already pushed this sound I believe and love in the sound I have been doing for like ages till now, and got these credits with Suicide Boys because of the sound. So I think maybe I can go with it. But like if I don't, let's suppose I don't go mainstream, I think I will keep in between. Like most of the underground producers go like punk producers and stuff like that. That produces for major artists like Ouya, Rodriguez, and stuff like that. Predator.
Do you ever think that the field that you're like working in currently, I mean, this specific genre, this specific sound, your sound, do you ever think that it's kind of maybe oversaturated or undersaturated in artists and in producers? Do you think that there's like just millions and millions of people trying to make your sound, or words are hard?
Yeah, like I think you guys have seen it already. Like you guys remember the 2020 funk trend, cold bells?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it went crazy.
Jam funk went crazy.
Yeah, Cordell, pharmacists, Ghost Fix Later. Like a lot of people really blow up because of that sound, the drift funk sound and aggressive funk or whatever. So like I think the sound I make it's underappreciated. That's why I keep doing it. That's why I believe in it. Because as you guys see, TikTok blew funk up, but like it it made another meaning to it. Funk in its origin, it's not cowbell and stuff like that. Like there is cowbell in some songs, but it's used as perks, not as main melody or stuff like that. So I think the sound I'm trying to push is very underappreciated, and I feel like more people should try that out. Like there are plenty of producers doing that every day on SoundCloud and like on Spotify. I could say like Roland Jones Studio, North Boston, DJ Smokey, Lee Rocketman, God No Time, like a lot, a lot. There are a lot of producers doing that, but like they just don't get the recognition they deserve, because like let's suppose that I say I make fun to 12 years old to in TikTok. They even think I make like Sigma based fun, but like that's not it, So I think that's very underrated. The real funk sound.
Very unique. It's very very specific, very different. Is there any dream artists or anybody that you would just like you've always wanted to produce for, people that you hope to produce for still or again or anything like that?
Well, I always think that producing for Suicide Boys um, was like a hidden dream, like I never even thought about it, because like I thought it was too damn impossible. I thought it was too out of my reality. So like getting here, I think if I only produce for Suicide Boys, I would be done. Like I would be done. I wouldn't never produce for any artists, because like they are my dream artists ever since. Then, but like besides Suicide Boys, I would say Freddy Dread, Ramirez, Puya, one and only, what else? Sampler, what else? BJ Club, like that's the most different I would like to produce. It's very crazy. It's right. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yes. All right. Are there any other things you want to add or tell us about you?
I think it would be cool to say that I didn't start making folk. I used to make aesthetic rap that is like one and only it's not no bubble rap, it's over and stuff like that around 2000 so no 2021, and I stick with the sound around till 2022. Well, that's when 2022 I started dropping folk tracks on Spotify, SoundCloud, and stuff like that, and that became my main thing. I used to drop YouTube type beats on YouTube, Suicide Boys type beats, One and Only type beats, and stuff like that. That was my main thing. I used to sell beats, and what else? What else? What else? I would say like for the purposes that they are listening to this, for my friends and for my friends that are listening for this music game, I would say that just don't give up. I know this is kind of everyone say this, but like it's actually true. Like if you really put work in, have dedication, have obsession for it. So if you guys that are listening to me right now, if you have a dream, just follow it, study it, and be obsessed with it for it.
Yeah, I
Would you say it takes a healthy amount of obsession?
What?
Would you say it takes a healthy amount of obsession?
Yeah, of course. Because like I think I don't know if I am in between healthy amount of obsession or I'm kind of crazy, but like I think about it every time. Every time I'm using the phone, I'm like searching for samples, studying like anywhere that's related with music. I like you use your phone for going reaching out to artists. Don't feel ashamed or don't feel shy to reach out to artists, producers. People will get people will appreciate your work. I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to shout out some of my friends. OD, that's my brother. Like I know him since I was a child. Just to be raw, of course, Irving. And I also wanna thank you guys for inviting me here for this. This is really crazy. Like it's the first time I'm being interviewed, especially in English. Like I confess I was kind of nervous at the first, but like I think it turned out really great.
I think it turned out great.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to say y'all make some really good content. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Acculbed, for being our very first interview for this new series. So please go check him out on Spotify and Instagram. Show him some love. Show him so much love. Yeah.
Actually, such an amazing guy.